be a heck of a lot different than a 17-year-old throwing progression, but I at least want to go through some of the main things that I would have all age groups doing. And by all means, if you have questions after, I'm going to get more in detail on what either I do or what I would recommend your age group to do, or at least try. Okay? First off, dynamic warm-ups. We all have our own version. I'm not picky on it. We usually have our guys do a 3 to 5 minute dynamic, whether that be high knees, butt kicks, karaoke, lunges, arm circles, things like that. I'm not worried about that as much. You should do it before you do anything else, but how you do it, I'm a little bit less worried about it. If you have more questions, I can break that down more. Going into upper body warm-up and band work. This is where I want to break down a little bit more. First thing, arm circles are great to get a little bit of range of motion, but they don't really do a whole lot for the throwing warm-up. Okay, you can do them, but that should not be the only thing we do. Two main things that we do every single day is T-spines and thoracic rotations. Okay, you don't have to call them that. You can call them just upper body rotations for all I care. But what I would have your guys do after they've done arm circles and got the blood flowing a little bit is take knuckles inside knee and elbow inside knee, and you're just going to do upper body rotation with a straight arm. So have your guys stand just like this. You're going to rotate all the way up and then all the way across. Okay, it seems simple, but you're going to feel a lot more separation from shoulder to hip relationship to feel that upper body start to get more range of motion. Okay, that's the T-spine. Okay, you're literally T-spine, rotating around the spine, making a T. Okay, the thoracic rotation is a little bit more the upper chunk, and a little bit more shoulder. Just going to wrap the hand around your ear, same position. Now I'm going to rotate more of my shoulder and upper trunk. Okay, now you can do those on knees for younger guys. The point of having the knuckles and elbow on the inside of the knee is so they don't move this. Okay, a lot of our guys, when they do this one, they just do this. And they move their hips. And they're not separating at all, they're just turning instead of rotating. Okay, so we usually have our guys do one set of 10 every day before they touch a band, a ball, a glove, anything. Okay, there's a lot more we can do there, but I would at least start with those two. All right, now, bands. I have two bands out here for a reason. I have professional pitchers, 9-year-olds, 17-year-olds, guys that throw 90, guys that throw 50, that use the junior J bands. I like these more than I like these. Okay, it's the same company, but the junior ones I would recommend over any age level over these. As soon as you get a guy that wants to be all badass with the J band, they put these on and then they're doing them terribly, cranking on their shoulder and not doing anything right with the motion. They're just doing more damage than good. Honestly, when they're not warmed up and they're cranking on tension and bad movement planes rather than just starting light and getting full range of motion. So again, I would start here, like 30 bucks a piece. I would go the Jaeger band route because these break down quickly, and a lot of the other companies that are now selling them on Amazon and stuff, they just don't last. I've tried a lot of different ones. You may pay $5 less, but you're going to buy a lot more of them over time. So if you're selling them to your parents and pushing them, I just have to buy a little bit better version. Biggest thing, not the biggest thing, one of the main things, is have them strapped into the wrists. Okay? I'll explain why, but when you grab here and you do the same exact motion, I'm going to crank a lot more on wrist than I would if I actually have it strapped to my wrist and made sure that my shoulders, back, chest are doing the movement. Okay, so have them take the 5 seconds it takes to put that on right before they start. I'll show you our routine. Again, if you look up Jaeger Sports or Jaeger Bands and their routine, it's like a 12-minute routine with like 15 different exercises. By all means, they have the time, do it. I usually pick 6 to 8 exercises, 10 reps apiece, and then we're done. Okay? So start facing the hook. Warm up your back before you warm up your chest. Okay, I would start with the bigger muscle groups on back side first. We're going to start facing the band. I start facing the hook. Again, I step out farther, I add more tension. Everyone wants to start way out here. The first thing they do is arch. Okay, you're not doing your shoulders anymore, you're just doing a full body pull. Okay, so start light. You're going to pull wide, make a T, and you go up overhead. And down, and then back together. We call reverse slide, overhead raise, and then back in. Okay, again, we'll just go 10 of each, full range of motion, moving slow, not arching at the belly on the pull. Okay, that's the first one. Next one, start one arm at a time. Just doing the external rotation. Okay, we found over a lot of kids doing these, when we do it this way, we do this instead of controlled and isolating the posterior shoulder. Okay, so just do the right, and then do the non-throwing side as well. Just make sure you balance out a little bit. Okay? After that was bicep curls. Thumbs in, the thumbs out. Okay, just activating that pronation and supination with a little bit of form and bicep. Okay, pretty standard. Biggest thing, guys, when you see them do this, they want to do this. That's just a supinated row. Have their elbows up high, so they're actually doing a bicep curl. Okay? So those are the first three. The last one, just a backwards throw. Right foot back, I'm right-handed. Just pulling the band back behind me. Again, I'm not feeling a whole lot of tension. You don't need to. It's a warm-up. Okay? If you're trying to get stronger with J-bands, back up, or you can go the thicker band. I would start light and just activate. Okay? After that, you flip around. It's basically the same exact routine going forward. Again, I like to keep things simple. We teach them a lot of different things. If I show them 30 different exercises, they're going to remember 3. So, facing the same way, I'm pulling together, up overhead. Okay, again, I would go slower than what I'm doing, trying to save us time, but move slow to fly, back, overhead. Okay, next one's the internal rotation, one arm at a time. Again, try to make sure that left, the elbow isn't moving much at all. Okay, if they're just doing this, we're not doing an internal rotation, just flapping their arm up and down. Okay, then tricep extension. Turn the thumbs out, pronate on the way out. Elbows in tight. And then forward throws, last one. Reach all the way outside and below that left knee if I'm right-handed. Good. Any questions on that basic routine? I'm going to show actually post-throwing days to restore the backside of the shoulder. And then lateral external rotations. Again, not moving the elbow, just moving at the hand. And then same thing on internal. Elbow up, pulling down, and then pulling across. So that's going to get more rotator cuff, more of a flush, more strengthening on a non-throwing day, or even when the guy's done. Okay? Which I'll answer that question too. I have a lot of guys say what to do after you pitch. After you run a marathon, you don't go squat. You don't go lunge and do more lifting. It used to be the day of like, you go, you get done, you go crank out some bands, you run pulls, you throw in ice. I'm more of cool the arm down, maybe some light catch play, move around a little bit. If you can do some sprint work, great. But I would not go grab your bands right away and do like a very hard set of J-bands. You're just pissing off a tired muscle group. It doesn't make sense from a training aspect. So I would do it pre-throwing, and then days in between throwing. And by all means, if it's a light throwing day and the guy needs to get more work in, then you can do them after. But I would not recommend them after you've actually thrown a bullpen or pitch. When we program stuff in PRP, we never do bands after throwing. It's just band pull parts and some other upper back work. Any other questions on band work? Usually one foot forward for a right hand. Kind of like what we do with pivot picks with our away ball work. I start my opposite foot forward, and I'm just going to get a full counter rotation, and then I'm going to throw, still working on my spin at like 10 to 15 feet. So I'm just here, turn, throw. Okay, it's going to feel weird for me. They really have to feel the counter rotation and throw. But again, as they come through, they should finish in that same position what we're trying to get them to. As I come through, I want to finish throwing on in front, left side coming back in. Okay? Younger guys, if we struggle there, I would go opposite knee up. So right-handers, right knee up. And throw. A lot harder it looks to get the shoulders all the way turned. I physically cannot do that. But they're going to understand that rotation aspect of the shoulder instead of just staying squared and flicking. Okay, so that's what usually I start with the younger guys. Older guys will stand them up and do the pivot pick version. Another variation is clockwork rotations. You're just here. My feet are squared and I'm finishing more out in front. Not a bad rotation drill to do. I just think, again, I would start there and then I would progress with standing rotations. Good. After that, I go right to rockers. I want to get as many throws in like the throwing motion as I can so they can feel a release point matching movement. Okay? So I do rockers a little bit different than some. Starting wide feet, my front foot is squared up to target like it is when I land. My right foot is squared up to the rubber. Okay, so right foot squared, left foot squared to my target or my plate. Hands to chest, I'm gonna rock forward. Then I'm gonna lift this foot up and load my weight back into my backside. Then I'll throw. Okay, so rock, load, throw. Should let that one fly. Again, when I load back, I want all my weight into my right heel, right hand thrower. Bring the weight back into where you're feeling the hinge, and then I step and throw. The problem with the normal rocker, the left foot stays down, my pelvis actually gets stuck and rotates around instead of rotating through. So when I rock forward, I rock back, and then I throw, my pelvis is just spinning. I'm already in the ground, so I'm not bracing energy going forward, I'm just rotating. So when I lift up, then I land, and now I rotate and come through. Okay, so doing this, a lot of kids get stuck and you'll see their backside not come through very well. Does that make sense? A rocker? I call it a rock back. Just so you think, put your weight back, and then go back forward. Okay, next one. Kind of want to specify a position. All pitchers, I have to do step back and lift. Starting feet together. Step back, lift and throw. Main reason, or having your kids throw change-ups, curveballs, anything like that. Throw it in your catch play. You cannot expect a kid to throw 95% four seams, 5% whatever God knows he's doing, messing around with catch play, but no change-ups and no curveballs. Have him get on the mound and give him 5 curveballs or 5 change-ups and expect him to be good. Okay? One thing we do a lot with pitchers here, we get the distance, we come back in about 150 feet, cutting it in half, think of it that way, and we'll do step behind change-ups. Okay, try and throw your change-up far and on a line. You probably won't get it to him, but understanding the arm speed and the action of the change-up is not something that you learn on the mound. It's something you learn by throwing it more often and more often. For breaking balls, if you're there, age group wise, I would get about 30 feet away. Go on your right knee for right hand thrower and just spin breaking balls to his chest. So I'm just right here, throwing my curveball. Okay? If you see the right spin, the right axis to it, it's not going to be sharp, nasty breaking ball, but if you see the right movement to it, you should be trying to throw it right about to his chest or buckle. Okay? After that, I'll back up to about 45, 50 feet and do that same rock back drill with the breaking ball. So I'm just here, rock back, and I'm trying to throw my breaking ball to find my spin. Okay? Again, it takes kids, especially young kids, a long time to find the right spin, the right feel to release. Don't make their first breaking ball on the mound, or else you're going to be frustrated after 5. Okay? So warm up the breaking balls, warm up the changeups before you get on the mound. That doesn't give your team an excuse to throw knuckleballs and catch them. Just warm up your pitches before you actually get to the mound. Any other questions?